we have a linear equations. Section 1.2 is linear equations. Linear and rational equations. So the first topic we'll talk about linear equations. So a linear equation is a degree 1 polynomial of the form ax plus b equals c, where a does not equal 0. Okay? Why is it important that a does not equal 0? If a did equal 0, I would just have some number equals another number, right? Not linear, because I need a degree 1 polynomial. Okay, so to solve linear equations, we can follow these steps. We're going to simplify each side of the equation. Then we're going to collect all the variables on one side and everything without a variable on the other side. Okay? Then we're going to isolate the variable and solve, and then we can check our answer. Okay? So remember, a linear equation is a degree 1 polynomial. ax plus by equals c. Okay, so let's try to solve. So our goal is to get our variable, which in all my examples here I wrote x equals. Maybe I had y equals, right? Maybe my variable is y. Maybe my variable is c. It could be any letter for the variable. So let's go through and solve. Number 1, x minus 2 equals 0. So I need to get x equals. So let's go through and... So that's the goal of solving a linear equation, right? We should know what the goal is. The goal is to get x equals a number. Okay? I can't simplify each side. So step 2 says collect all the variables on one side and everything without a variable on the other side. Okay? So I have all the x's on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, I have a number, and on the left-hand side, I have a number. So I have to get the numbers over, right? So here I have x minus 2. So the operation between x and 2 is subtraction. The opposite of subtraction is addition, right? So if I add 2 to both sides, then negative 2 plus 2 equals 0. And that's my goal, right? So I get x equals 2. Solved. So the variable is isolated and I have solved. We can check these. We can say, let's plug 2 back in. 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay, it's legit. Okay? So are you guys okay with this? I think we're okay with this. Number 2, we have 2x equals 12. So again, step 1 is simplify both sides. I can't simplify. They're already simplified. Number 2, collect all variable terms on one side and everything without a variable on the other side. So all my x's are on the left. All my constants or my just numbers are on the right. So step 1 and step 2 are done. Number 3 says isolate the variable. So I need to get the variable by itself. So what is the operation between 2 and x here? Multiplication. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So if I divide both sides by 2, the reason I'm allowed to do that, I have to do it to both sides, right, in order for it to be okay. But the reason I want to do it is because 2 over 2 equals 1. So I get x equals 6. And I can go back in and check my work, right? Step 4 is check. All right, number 3, we're combining questions 1 and questions 2, right? Okay, so for number 3, I have 4x minus 3 equals 17. Okay, so I need to simplify each side. Okay, I don't have any like terms. I don't have any multiplication happening, so both sides are simplified. Step 2 is collect all variables on one side, everything without a variable on the other side. So what do you guys think you want to do? Add 3 to both sides. Good. And the reason I do that is because negative 3 plus 3 equals 0. So I have 4x equals 20. Right? Because 17 plus 3 is 20. Okay? Now step 4, isolate the variable and solve. Okay? So, good. So the operation between 4 and x is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So I get x equals 20 divided by 4 is 5, right? Yes. So again, I could check my work. You guys feel okay about number 3? All right, number 4. So first step is simplify. Okay, I see some parentheses, I see some stuff going on, so let's try to simplify. Who can help me with that? Tell me your name again. Ryan. So here I have negative 1 times the parentheses, so I need to distribute that negative. Very good. Okay, so I get 2 minus 7x minus 5 equals 13 minus 3x. Okay? So am I done simplifying? No. Not quite yet, because I have some like terms on my left-hand side, right? So let's combine my like terms. I have 2 and negative 5, so I'm going to combine those. So I get negative 7x minus 3 equals 13 minus 3x. Okay, so now I've simplified, right? I've combined my like terms. I've done any sort of multiplication or division on each side. So step 1 is done. Okay, now I'm going to collect all the variables on one side and everything without a variable on the other side.
Add 3 and then subtract, and then add 3.
So add 3 to both sides. I'll do it in 2 steps the first time, just so we can see it. But you can add 3x on both sides, and you can add 3 on both sides during the same step, but I'll write it as 2 different steps so we can make sure we're all on the same page. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm saying negative 3 plus 3 is 0, right? I'm trying to get rid of that on the one side. So I have negative 7x equals 16 minus 3x. Okay, so I have all the numbers by themselves, all the constants on one side. Now let's get all the variables on the other side. So now I'm saying plus 3x. So I'm going to say negative 7x plus 3x is what? Negative 4x equals negative 3x plus 3x is 0, and we did that on purpose, right? Okay, so I have negative 4x equals 16. So the step of collecting everything with a variable on one side and everything without a variable on the other side, we've done that, right? Now Blair says step 3 is isolate the variable, so get the variable by itself. So I have negative 4 times x, the opposite of times divides. So minus 4, I'm going to divide each side by negative 4, and that's because negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1. So I get x equals what? Negative 4. Good. Because 16 divided by negative 4 is negative 4. All right, let's get started on number 5. All right, number 5 says 2 times x minus 1 plus 3 equals equals x minus 3 times x plus 1. So I see some simplification that needs to happen on both sides. So first I want to multiply or divide, and then I can combine my like terms. So I'll multiply or divide. You guys try to do it on your own. So we have 2x minus 2 plus 3 equals x. Who can help me on the right-hand side? Negative 3x plus 3. What do you guys think? Minus 3 plus 3. What do you guys think? Why is it minus? Because I care about the negative on 3. Good. So this negative 3, you're distributing all of that, not just the 3. Okay? So now, what do you guys think? Pardon? So you're combining like terms? Combine like terms. So here I have 2 numbers that are in the same. Then on the right-hand side, I have 2 variables. So let's combine those. I get 2x plus 1 equals 1x minus 3 is negative 2x minus 3. Okay? So we'll keep doing this. We'll check it out. We'll finish it up next class. If you guys have a question,